Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television, live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. Chief Justice of Nigeria vows to rid judicial system of corrupt officers as newly appointed judges take oath of office. Subscribers in violent protest at MTN office in Benin City, Edo State, over the deactivation of their phone lines. Senate asks Customs Controller General to enforce total ban on rice importation through land borders. And British Parliament in rowdy session as Prime Minister David Cameron makes case for airstrikes against ISIS in Syria. All our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. And we urge you to please interact with the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app on the Android, iOS, and Windows platforms. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. And now here are some photos that you sent into our Eyewitness portal. We begin with this picture from Apapa in Lagos State, showing commercial motorcyclists lined up to go under a fuel tanker at Tin Can in a bid to avoid the gridlock in the area. Our Eyewitness reporter is concerned that such acts could lead to accidents. Our next picture is from Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. It shows commercial motorcyclists, again, queuing up to buy petrol this time. According to our Eyewitness reporter, this filling station is selling the product above the approved pump price. And finally, this photo from Lagos showing a house on fire in Ebutemeta. Our Eyewitness reporter says the fire was caused by faulty cooking gas in a canteen. He commends the fire services for their quick response, which prevented the fire from spreading to a nearby filling station. Thank you for those photos. Please keep them coming. Now, there were violent scenes today at the MTN office in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Some subscribers showed their frustration over their inability to register SIM cards after these cards were deactivated by the mobile network operator. Speaking to Channels Television, from some customers accused the MTN staff of bias during the registration exercise. Efforts to reach the management of MTN's operations in Benin proved abortive as the office was locked.
MTN office on Akpapava Road in Benin City after a SIM registration exercise went sour. Many members of this crowd are subscribers whose SIM cards have been deactivated by the network service provider. Broken chairs, destroyed canopies, and sections of the office vandalized as a result of alleged poor treatment from the MTN staff.
After a series of complaints, the manager was okay, don't worry, we'll rectify it. So as you can see, they brought all these things, canopy here. People were here, many people. But at the end, nothing to show for. These police officers that came, they'll be trying to look for how to make peace since. But because of the way they'll be treating the customers, that was why those customers now grow annoyed that they can't just be here waiting without response.
Why do the boys did that? One, they didn't answer us. Even these policemen, all of them came. They didn't answer us. They were just telling us, we should wait, we should be in line. Since morning before that rain, we should be in line, we should be in line. That's why the guys get angry.
The customers lament this trend, which they claim has made life a bit unbearable.
I actually used my line last night. You know, all of a sudden I got to work today for me to make call and they told me they've barred my line. You understand? So I actually came here now for me to see this, and I learned from some of my friends that they've been here severally. Even for those that registered here like 3 days back, today they barred their line again too.
This morning I won't make call, them block my line. I don't register this line about 2 times. Now they come block them again. Now which kind of suffer be this one for Nigeria? Now some person go just day like this. Lights no day, nothing day. MTN when I they pay my own money, when I they service my own money, now then they suffer me put so.
But these MTN Nigeria subscribers seem to believe their worst hit on account of issues faced in getting reconnected to the network.
The Senate has asked the executive to maintain the ban on rice importation through land borders. In a report submitted at plenary by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on Import Duty, Waivers and Concessions, the committee stated that the decision of the Nigerian Customs Service to lift the ban on rice importation through the land borders would adversely affect and disrupt the gains of the rice policy. Correspondent Linda Akigbe reports.
Rice, a major staple in the diet of many Nigerians. Because of the high level of consumption of rice among many Nigerians, government has always paid attention to rice production and importation. The 8th Senate, since its inauguration, has also given considerable attention to issues concerning the food crop. In October 2015, a federal lawmaker brought to the attention of the Senate that the Comptroller General of Customs lifted the ban on rice importation through land borders. The lawmaker said the decision by the Nigeria Customs Service to allow importation of rice through land borders would escalate smuggling in the country. The Senate mandated an ad hoc committee on waivers and concessions to investigate the matter and report back to the Senate. During the public hearing, the committee raised an alarm that 2 foreign companies involved in rice importation, Stallion Group and Olam International, owe Nigeria 44 billion naira as import duties. At plenary on Wednesday, the chairman of the committee read the report of the findings of its investigations to the Senate.
The committee is of the opinion that lifting the ban will lead to evasion of custom duty and revenue losses to Nigerian maritime industry. The committee strictly holds the view that the lifting of ban will directly lead to increased diversion of vessels to neighboring countries.
A debate in the matter was thrown open.
The position of the committee is that the country is more able to actually monitor and control what comes into the sea border than to the land border. And that as much as possible, the infrastructure, when the CG Customs appeared before the committee, all its explanations and everything he tried to demonstrate to the committee found out that the leakages were too high to allow this kind of policy to stand.
We are not saying as a committee, Mr. President, that bringing rice through the borders is wrong. But if you look at the findings of this committee, a clear case where you pay 5% in Cotonou or 5% in Lomé, then line up trust to bring in rice into the country, you are depriving this country of a significant revenue loss.
Urging the federal government to reverse the lifting of the ban on rice importation through land borders. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.
A bill seeking 2 years imprisonment with the option of a 2 million naira fine for any Nigerian who posts abusive statements on the social media has passed second reading in the Senate. According to the bill, any person through text message, tweets or any other social media posts abusive statements knowing same to be false with intent to set the public against any person or group of persons, government or such other bodies shall be guilty of an offence. The bill, sponsored by Deputy Leader of the Senate, Bala Nala, also seeks to make it unlawful to submit any petition or statement intended to report the conduct of any person for the purpose of an investigation, inquiry and/or inquest without a duly sworn affidavit in the High Court of a state or the Federal High Court confirming the content to be true.
The bill, which appears sunset in its nature, consists of 4 sections, which in clear terms spelled out the punishment for frivolous petition and what constitutes frivolous petition. The bill seeks to provide punishment for frivolous petition by making sure that only credible and verifiable petitions are presented for public use. The utility of the bill is to equally save the time for good governance and resources that go into investigating frivolous petitions.
The United States Ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. James Entwistle, says U.S. authorities have promised to assist Nigeria in areas of manpower development to improve the country's internal security. The U.S. ambassador said this at a meeting with Nigeria's Minister of Interior, Lieutenant General Abdulrahman Dambazu, in Abuja. Their discussion focused on sustaining the gains the Nigerian military has made in the northeast through constant training of security personnel. Ambassador Entwistle says the first team of trainers for the Security Governance Initiative will arrive in Nigeria next month.
As the situation in the Northeast continues to move, we all hope in a positive direction. And as you begin to look at issues like police going back into the Northeast, that kind of thing, if there are ways we can help with particular kinds of training, that kind of thing. Another issue that we have discussed with Mr. Minister before is an exciting new idea from this administration in Washington called the Security Governance Initiative, SGI. Mr. Minister has been very patient through repeated rounds of discussion on this issue, but I'm pleased to say that we will have a team here in January. This is a very interesting idea. It's an attempt to approach the need to reform bureaucracies in order to improve security performance, that kind of thing.
We'll partner with you, we'll collaborate with you to ensure that we achieve some level of security all over the world. You've mentioned about the SGI Security Governance Initiative. This is an issue that we have been on with them for quite some time, and fortunately I would say that I'm here. This is an opportunity for us to really take it some levels further.
Still ahead on the news at 10, the Nigerian equities market continues to trade south, losing another 10 basis points as foreign portfolio inflows remain muted. That's on Business News. Please join us again.